Islam, Matheno'S. Dr. Matheno'S Bay.
Islam God, man.
Dr. Matheno'S Bay, how you be?
I'm just more self God, man. How about yourself?
Just as more as ever, praise Allah. Honor to our
Okay.
holy prophet. Everything that is Morris, grand man. How that Texas State, that Lone Star, man?
Oh, it's holding its own, Yes,
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm actually, shoot, man, I'm actually going to be probably coming out that way. It'll be a turn and burn, but always let you know, especially if I come. So you more close to Humble, Texas, or something like that? Humble?
No, man, I'm down by, just like closer to Houston, like about 45 minutes out of Houston.
Okay,
Going south.
because like I said, I know I was in Spring, Texas. You was
Yeah.
you think it was like an hour away. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I know Dr. Bati Bey gonna be opening up the way today. Dr.
Right.
Bati Bey. Dr. Bati Bey.
Islam, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you, my man. It's, like I said, it's all yours.
Yes, sir.
It's all yours. Because like I said, I'm moving. But however, all is well. I know you're good to go. And let me put this charger on. And let me see something. You know what? While I'm doing this, let me see something here. All right. So
All right.
okay, make host. Okay, made you the host. Yes. And let me do this right here. Over here, security. All right, so if you go to the security, well, hold on, let me do this right quick first. I'll do this first, then I'll turn it back over. Reclaim host, okay. Do this, security, open up, share screen, so therefore Dr. Shahid, we good to go. All right, bet, boom. Come back here, Dr. Bati Bey, make host. All right. Yes, sir. So it's all yours. It's all yours, Dr. Bati Bey.
Islam.
We got we have Dr. Matheno'S Bay, our Council General in Texas Territory. You want to put him to work?
Oh, you already know.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Oh,
Hey,
I stay ready.
How you be? My bad, man.
I stay ready.
Did you hear me? I thought you had you on mute, man.
Right now I did.
Islam. Hey, Moore, do you want to do the divine constitution?
Absolutely.
All right.
Be an honor.
Islam. Gratitude for that.
Gratitude.
So I'm gonna keep my I'm gonna keep it open. So if I see, well, you gotta let people in too, Dr. Bati Bey. So gratitude. I look forward for you. I look at the cash app so you can conversate.
You ain't gotta compensate me. Don't do that. Say all my compensation comes after.
Man, what man? It's here right now, Mo.
You right. You right.
Shoot, when I talk about Noble Drew Ali proclaimed us a clean and pure nation, man, before he even knew who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I was even a thought.
Good God Almighty. Praise Allah. Well, I'm muting right here, and let me see here.
Okay.
Yeah, we have okay. Islam. It's all yours, grand man.
Islam, gratitude, peace and love, brother. Be safe.
Peace and love.
Praise be to Allah. Honor Noble Drew Ali, Mars Bay, Apalachicola, Florida territory. I'm a work family, but I got my phone Headphones on.
Hey, Karma Shube,
Islam.
could you read the chapter?
Yes, sir. Chapter, was it chapter?
11?
Hold on. Chapter 11.
Believe.
Okay, I got you. No problem. Islam.
I can do the Constitution if you need me to, Graham.
We have Marvin Edwards Bay on that. Gratitude, though.
Gratitude, peace and love.
It's not. And we shall start. First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Bati Bey with the Iowa Territory. First, I'd like to rise and give all manner of praise to Allah. Honors to the Prophet, honors to our theocratic government, our royal council, our flag, seal, emblem, our divine constitution, our swift angels, our muftis, our citizens alike. Honors to all the Moors here and there, and this apparatus of the Egyptian Adultery Research Sultanate. Also, in that I will start with the Kemetic and Adapt prayer. Ya Allah abnu haru makuneteru. Ya Allah abheru. Ya Allah ma'at heru. Ya Allah hotep heru. Ya Allah haru. Ya Allah ma'at heru kuti. Ya Allah awajeduti. Ya Allah pertim sutek pertim haru. Ya Allah bamaduti. And head sepsis reyab tu ali. Amen. Alayusa. 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 And that is the same most Americans. It says, "Oh Allah, the Father of the universe, oh Allah, the Father of love, oh Allah, the Spirit of truth, oh Allah, the Spirit of freedom, oh Allah, the Spirit, pardon me, oh Allah, the Spirit of peace, oh Allah, the Spirit of freedom, oh Allah, the Spirit of justice, oh Allah, you are my protector, oh Allah, you are my God, oh Allah, you are my salvation by night and by day, oh Allah, through your holy prophet, oh Allah, Drew Ali, Amen. Holy Isa, Holy Isa, Holy Isa." And with this, I would like to turn the meeting over to Dr. Marvin Edwards Bay for his reading of the Divine Constitution. Islam.
Islam. Yes, Dr. Edwards Bay out of Texas Consulate. Praise Allah, honor the Prophet, and honor everything that's Moorish. Divine Constitution, salvation, our God, unity. The Divine Constitution of Moorish America. The Grand Sheikh, Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of Moorish America are empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of Moorish America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the citizens of Moorish America. The Bylaws, Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all citizens of Moorish America. No citizen is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4, all citizens must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all citizens must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and a parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5, no organization of Moorish America is to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6, with us, all citizens must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, Black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men must now proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Drew Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All citizens must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of Moorish America. Moorish Americans must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of Moorish America, and then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine constitution is from your holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, through the guidance of his father, God Allah. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, peace and blessings be upon him, founding father and framer of the divine constitution and bylaws of Moorish America, Islam.
Islam. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Islam, first I want to rise and give all praise to the great God Allah, and honors to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to the Moorish American government, its officials, and its citizens. Honors to our flag, seal, and emblem. Honors to all things Moorish. I'll be reading out of the Circle 7, Chapter 11, the friendship of Yehoshua and Lamas. Yehoshua explains to Lamas the meaning of truth. Among the priests of Jagannath was one who beloved the Jewish boy. Lamas Brahmas was the name by which the priest was known. One day, as Yehoshua and Lamas walked alone in the plaza of Jagannath, Lamas said, "My Jewish master, what is truth?" And Yehoshua said, "Truth is the only thing that changes not." In all the world, there are two things. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. And falsehood, that which seems to be. Now, truth is aught and has no cause, and yet is the cause of everything. Falsehood is not, and yet is the manifest of right. Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. All things that can be seen by human eyes are manifest of aught, are not, and so must pass away. The things we see are but reflexes, just appearing, while the ethers vibrate so and so. And when these conditions change, they disappear. The holy breath is truth. It is that which was and is and evermore shall be. It cannot change nor pass away. Lamas said, "You answer well. Now, what is man?" And Yehoshua said, "Man is the truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Man is the breath made flesh. So truth and falsehood are conjoined in him. And then they strive and naught goes down, as man as truth abides." Again, Lamas asked, "What do you say of power?" And Yehoshua said, "It is a manifest. It is a result of force. It is but naught. It is illusion, nothing more. Force changes not, but power changes as the ethers change. Force is the will of Allah, is omnipotent. And power is that will and manifest, directed by the breath. There is a power in the winds, a power in the waves, a power in the lightning stroke, a power in the human arm, a power in the eye. The ethers cause these powers to be, and thought of Elohim, of angel, man, and other thinking things directs the force. When it has done its work, the power is no more. Again, Lamas asked, "Of understanding, what have you to say?" And Yehoshua said, "It is the rock on which man builds himself. It is the gnosis of the aught and of the not, of falsehood and of truth. It is the knowledge of the lower self, the sensing of the powers of man himself. Again, Lamas asked, of wisdom, what have you to say? And Yehoshua said, it is the consciousness that man is aught, that Allah and man are one. That naught is naught, that power is but illusion, that heaven and earth and hell are not above, around, below, but in, which in the light of aught becomes naught, and Allah is all. Lamas asked, pray, what is faith? And Yehoshua said, faith is the surety of the omnipotence of Allah and man, the certainty that man will reach deific life. Salvation is a ladder reaching from the heart of men to the heart of Allah. It has 3 steps. Belief is first, and that is what man thinks perhaps is truth. And faith is next. This is what man knows is truth. Fruition is the last, and this is man himself, the truth. Belief is lost in faith, and in fruition, faith is lost, and man is saved when he has reached deific life, when he and Allah are one. Islam Wars.
Islam. I like to again give praises and honors. Well, praise and honors already given. Give honors to all those who helped bring about this class. And now I would like to turn the meeting over to our esteemed brother, assistant Grand Sheikh, and teacher on this platform, Islam. And with that, Brother Shaheed, I'm about to turn this over to you and make you the host, Islam. Islam. Can't hear you.
What about now?
Islam.
Praise be to Allah. Islam, Islamism. But let us rise upon the 7 and give all praises to the great God, Allah, and honors to his holy prophet. Honors to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Al-Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali, that is. We give honors to our Moorish kin once again, here, there, and everywhere. And therefore honors to all of you who are continuously honoring yourselves by being yourselves. We give honors to our Grand National Seal. We give honors to our Grand National Emblem, National Flag, Divine Constitution, and bylaws. And honors to all of you who are indeed a living manifestation and personification of everything. And I do mean everything that our holy prophet brought to make us a nation. I want to welcome our Moorish kin to another Egyptian Adeptus Research Sultanate session. And we give honors to all of our Moorish kin who have been diligent in doing the work, as we are doing this work together, to reconstruct our mother tongue. And this is just another milestone in the journey of the race, so to speak, in relation to us moving to another level of unfoldment, as we know our Moorish kin is most definitely doing the research that is here. And it's powerful that we getting teachings from our Moorish kin. We learning from you, as we go along. And this is where we have to begin our construct, because we can't have anybody else teaching, us what it means to be Moorish, even when it comes to us going into these particular literary texts, from an ancient time all the way up into the modern time. So we give honors to our Moorish kin and everybody that is here. And we most definitely look forward to the homework that our Moorish kin have on the manifest. And I just want to share my screen so that our family can see exactly where we are along the way. And we make sure that everybody's on the same page, so to speak. Before we go, I had sent this out to our family. And this is the assignment, dealing with the transliteration of our international prayer. And this particular measure here will bring us into, we can actually say, an unfoldment as to where we are along the way. And most of our people now should have a basic knowledge on how to convert, the characters, into a transliterated word, so to speak. Even though you don't know what that transliterated word is right now, you will know, because we got plenty of dictionaries, that will aid and assist us in knowing those words. The main thing is we have to be able to identify these things and know the roots in order to research the word. So that's the whole purpose of us getting this drawing. And again, we're going to have to compile our own Moorish dictionary in this special area. Not only here, but in the area that a lot of people like to call the Hebraic language. We got a whole bunch of measures to cover. And it ain't hard once we learn one process of demonstrating what it is that we doing here, because as we know, all of these languages, so to speak, they have a similar methodology, identifying, the mark, and then basically going to the phonetic expression of it. And at root, we know 22 letters, is the base of mainly all languages. And then people added on, other particular characters or the style in which they wrote it, to represent them. So the same methodology we use here, you can use it and apply to every case of the language. Only, the only difference would deal with the rules that they may have concerning things that they may add to represent their vowels, so to speak. But we know what is used to represent the vowel system here, even though we ain't really focusing so much on the vowels in this special session here. It's nothing wrong if our family did transliterate that, and it's only 3. We showed it, the Dhamma, the Fata, and the Kasra, and so forth and so on. Our people know what the Shada is if they went back over the video. That's why we sent the video out to our family so they could follow that. And it will be aiding and assisting them. And so, yes, we have these 3 measures here. One, giving us another expression of the beginning, the end, and the middle form, which is referred to as the isolated, the initial and the medial, are the final form, so to speak, coming after that. So if you look at all of that right there, the isolated form is just as it is. The initial form is when you would start to write a sentence, and the medial form is in between, not a sentence, but a word. The medial form is in between that special point where you can make the connection on either side to both characters that may be on the outside of that special character. Then you have the final form. And the final form actually is similar to the isolated form, even, the beginning form in certain cases. All you got to do is just learn those special measures and those rules, and all is well. And we also had another chart here showing the same thing, which we had already sent out to our family. So either one you use is good. Neither one of them are wrong. And nor is your particular transliteration that you will bring forth. We're not in the aspect of, looking at the wrong in what it is that we do, but we are looking at what we can actually tweak or correct what it is that we may have seen along the way, if that be the case. And so what we want to do without further ado or delay right now, we want to open up the floor. And as we open up the floor, we're going to get a drawing from our family. We also have, if the family would like to bring forth their harmonic expression of the letters, the alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, ka, after they're finished, you are more well to bring that forth as well. We honor you for that. So let me stop sharing this special screen, and we can get a drawing from our family on this homework. So Islam. Okay, so is there any, oh man, Marvin Edward Bay already ready. Praise be to Allah. It's
Islam.
long.
Islam. Oh, gratitude, God, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I just wanted to, kind of get in there and, throw my little bit in all praise due to Allah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So basically, I can share my
Excuse
screen.
me, Brother Marvin Edwards Bay. If are you familiar with the screen share? Because if not, I can pull it up.
Well, I
You
mean,
know,
like,
if
are
you
you
need-
going to share are you going to give me the ability to share my screen?
Yeah, you can share it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you want me to, do I have to say share my screen? Okay.
Yeah, is it letting you right now?
Yeah, I mean, do you see my screen?
What? Give it a second if you clicked it. Okay,
That's
here.
great.
Okay, give it a second if you clicked it, and it should. There you go. There you go.
Okay. All right. Gratitude. Yeah, I'm gonna just use this this word program,
It's all right.
Okay, so what I did was, I tried to break the whole thing down into different sections. Hold up, I gotta move this out the way. And let me make this bigger. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the first ayat, I believe. Bismillah, Rahman Rahim. And so I took the first one, which is in this yellow here, and okay, I broke it down, like try to break it down from letter for letter. This first one is a beh, and this next one is a sin, and then we have a form of the mean, so that's bismillah. And then, of course, in the red here, if you notice, that's Allah, with the aleph and the double L, the double M, and a different form of alif. Hopefully I got that correctly. And so that's Bismillah here, and then I go here, that's begin with your Rahman. You got, well, I already transliterated it to the RHMN. Okay, I'm not using any letters, and I'm going from right to left, you know what I mean? Even though in the transliteration here, the English, it goes from right to left. But right here, I'm going, and then Rahman, you got there. And, like the way I was looking at it, okay, like from Bismillah, you got that H there, and you also got the R from the Rahman. So I just like basically connected them together. Bismillah and Rahman, and then the end is going to go along with the near Rahim. You may not be able to see that as I'm saying it in the letters, but it's all there from how I broke it down. I used different charts, what I mean, because some of the ones we had, didn't quite make it clear enough for me. So, I had, actually several ones. So this is my transliteration here. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So that's that one. Then which is, of course, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. That's the way I put it. Okay, that's the way I learned it. And the next one is Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Okay, I use the aleph right here. And this is going to be a ling, a lamb, with an H, a hit, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, and then, well, this is the M, and I believe this is the D. Alhamdulillah, and then that's the duh. But I cut it at duh just to use that part of it. and added the double L's, which is Allah here, Alhamdulillah, Allah. And then I went into the next one. This section here, that's the R. You know, if I'm looking at it, I mean, is a re. Well, let me pull up the re. Okay, yeah, re. You know, which is that little dip right there. You know, I'm kind of ignoring the other, you know, the slashes up there. And we know that that's a B, bet, rock, bill, you know, connecting with the well, bill, well, I think that's part of an L right there at the end. A bill. Then I go to the last word, which is mean, the A, you know, the R, the L, well, you know what I mean? I combine those sounds. Allah. Then I got the mean. You know, this might be incorrect. I don't know. I got the mean. And then I got the D for do. Alhamdulillah. Mean. Well, hold on. Okay, here goes. No, it's over here. Okay, this is Ra Bill. That's why I got the Ra Bill. And then the A from here is going to be conjoined with that Allah mean. And I got the M, the mean, you know, and the Y kind of to help bring that in and then the N. Allah mean. I mean, that's where I did it. Okay, all praises and thanks to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. That's the meaning of that. And I went down to this one. In the yellow, you see, you know, you got the R and the H and the M. Yeah, this is why I got it. Well, actually, yeah, because I think I kind of like throwing them together from up here. It's like the same thing, but not totally. It's Man Rahim. You know, not using any vowels, but with the letters themselves, right? You got the R and the A, and H, you know, man, you know, with the M, you know, and I'm using the N, the noon, you know what I mean, just to get, just from the N sound to balance that out with the min and Rahman, Rahim. Yeah, that's why I did that. The beneficent, the merciful. I think I did one more. I tried the Malik Yumidin, the master of the day of judgment. And okay, from this yellow here, the first one is going to be an M, a meh. You know, I just cut it short with the meh. And these two characters here are the two alifs. I mean, ma. And then this little S here is like an L, a different form of it, you know. So I say Maoki, you know what I mean? And then I went to the, this section here, which we know that is a yeah. And, you know, there's an A up top and I'm being kind of, and this, well, actually this whole character here is where, you know, that where's in that too. So you can get that yo, you know, yo, me, you know, of course this is the and it connects, and that connects to the there. Well, this is actually it over here. Man, look here, y'all, moon, you know, or meme, or Dean, and I connect. I decided for that to be the do in the end, you know, making Dean, you know, the master of the world stage. So that's basically as far as I went with that, and so I can do to vocalize alphabets. Alpha, T, T, Jin, Ha, Ka, Do, Do, Re, Zing, Zing, Sing, Chin, Sa, Da, Ta, Za, Aim, Game, Fair, Koth, Lam, Ming, Nun, He, Wa, Ye. And gratitude for allowing me to make my attempt to transliterate. Islam.
And gratitude, grand man, for that grand draw. And you did a good job, brother. I just want to point out one measure that will actually make it easier for you too, because when you transliterate it, right? And I see you transliterated it actually in the direction as you would read it, you know. And what you do, you transliterate it from left to right. You see what I'm saying? You read it from right to left, but when you transliterate it from left to right. But I see exactly what you did, and you did a good job, Brother Marvin Edwards Bay. You know what I mean? In essence, because I mean, you was on point with a lot of the measures, you know, and also you when you say you left the vowels out, nothing wrong with that, because that's how the original text would have been revealed anyway without the vowels. But you know, if one added it in, it ain't no problem that they put that there. You know, I see in maybe an area you might have put an I there, but that's all good and well. The main drawing, like I say, when you go back into it again and you do your transliteration, instead of writing it the same way you transliterated it, you know, you can go ahead and turn it the way that we would normally read from left to right, and that will make it even more legible to yourself and also to the people, you know, that you give to it. But other than that, man, you was like spot on, brother. You know, you did your due diligence, and you called me what the day before yesterday, and you come up with this here, man. Goodness gracious, that let us know how adept our people actually are. You know, you never know what you can do until you do it, and you doing it, brother. You know,
Islam, gratitude.
praise be to Allah. And I want to give our Moorish kin a jewel here out of that special measure. You know, the international prayer, that Fatiha. You always hear us say, love made us. You know, the chairman will tell you that all the time. Now, the word Rahman and Rahim come from the same root, the word which means rump, which in certain measures, it deals with womb. You know, it deals with the womb. It said that the great God Allah, you know, gave man, you know, all of his names, and he kept one portion for himself. And that portion that he kept for himself is his mercy, you see. And he gave humanity all of his other attributes. You know, now we may receive blessings and love as a result of the way the great God Allah brings this love to us, you know, but that's what he saved for himself to reserve especially for us, you see. And in the definition that they give for this word, which they use the root rahima. So, you know, when you're looking at Rahman, Rahim, it say cherish and sustain of the worlds. You know, all that right there is basically coming from this same special root. You know, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You see? So your cherishing and your sustaining come from the most gracious and the most merciful. Really, the whole prayer is stemming from this mercy, so to speak. And it's side and side with our Moorish American prayer. Precept upon precept. When you put them side by side, there is no difference. In fact, you know, our Moorish American prayer is the true transliteration, if we really would like to go there, of this international prayer. We can even go so far as to say that our Moorish American prayer is the true transliteration into the English, you know, of this special demonstration. So it says in this dictionary to love, rahim, to love, have tenderness, have mercy, pity, forgiveness, show goodness, favor, have all that is required for exercising beneficence. Now, did not the great God Allah demonstrate these things to us? His love by sending us a love thought. He manifests his love thought in Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? From the womb of divinity, so to speak, right? Forgiveness. Were we not forgiven? Then our holy prophet say he forgave us for everything that we did before he came. That forgiveness come from the mercy of the great God Allah, right? You know, then it says goodness, you know, favor, all of that, right? Have all that is required for exercising and beneficence. Our prophet said he brought everything to us. So that's all that is required, you know, for us to receive this beneficence from our benefactor. You see? And so it goes on, it even uses the root. So, you know, you see Tor Hamuna in this here. So you will see the word Ram attached to different words. It says, you shall be treated with love and mercy. Then Ram Atun, that word Atun again, A-T-U-N, going back to Atun of ancient Kemet, right? It says Ramatun, it means love and mercy, etc. Then you have Ahram, which is A-R-H-A-M. It says comparative form and most loving. Arham means most loving. Then it says Arham, dealing with a common gender plural, Rahimun. Rahimun means womb. See, that's that connection to womb, right? Also, it means relationship, right? We talk about the love, you know, that bind us to each other in our holy covenant. You see, we say the breast of one mother has given you suck. You see, all of this is coming right back to the same mercy of the great God Allah. United of the Asiatic States, right? United of the Asiatic Nations, right? Rahmun, love and mercy, Rahimun, one who loves and is merciful. So if you are one that love, then you have to be merciful in order to demonstrate love. So again, when our holy prophet came as a merciful mercy to us, so to speak, a merciful entity, he came representing that love. Rahman, it is active participle, a noun and measure for falan, which conveys the idea of fullness and extensiveness and indicates the greatest preponderance of the quality of love and mercy, which comprehends the entire universe without regard to our effort in asking, even before we are born. Goodness gracious. So this is special mercy, this love is already there before we think that we need mercy. It's already there. So after every difficulty come ease. Before we thought that we need a prophet, the prophet, you know, was already preordained by the great God Allah. He already knew that we was gonna go through hellacious conditions when it comes to slavery. And so he sent us a prophet, right? So it says also the creation of the sun, the moon, the air, the water, all etc. It said they are all there because of this attribute. So basically nothing in creation couldn't exist without love creating, without the mercy bringing it on the manifest. Let's just say if the sun was in the manifest and it just decided to implode on itself and, you know, burn out or whatever the case may be, right? You know, now what you think gonna happen to everything else in creation that depend upon that? Under the great God Allah's direction. You ain't gonna get no sunlight. It ain't gonna be need for it after that, because we out of there, so to speak, right? So just the laws of creation and the way the great God Allah set it up is a mercy. It says the ever merciful, it is in the measure of fa'il, and this measure denotes the idea of constant repetition and giving liberal reward to those who deserve it and seek it. the manifestation of this attribute in response to and is a result of the action of the human being. So Rahim means extremely and continuously loving and merciful, a dispenser of grace and love as a result of our deeds and supplications, and one in whom the attribute is constantly and excessively repeated. Rahman and Rahim are both active participle nouns of different measures. These are names, attributes, or epithets applied to Allah, denoting intensiveness of significance. Arabic extensiveness is more suited to express God's attributes than the superlative degree. The Holy Prophet has expressed the meaning of Rahman and Rahim by saying the attribute Rahman generally pertains to this life, this where his mercy and love is manifested in creation of the universe, and he is the bestower of gifts which precede our birth. That's the main point. We just say most gracious, most merciful, but we don't know that this goes back to the fact that, again, he ordained a prophet for every nation from this special drawing. He ordained, a time of liberation for every nation that may have been oppressed, because every nation has been oppressed, at some time. So that's why they had to have a redeemer. And this is where we close at here. It says, while the attribute Ram generally pertains to life, it says to come, and its love and mercy are manifested in the state that comes after. He causes good results to follow on good deeds and would not nullify and render void anyone's right work. So that means everything that we are doing rightfully, everything that we are doing when we talk about building a nation, everything that we're doing when we talking about, our family coming into a knowledge of who they are, you can believe we're going to get what we strive for. Ain't going to be no time where the great God Allah see us striving as we are, but he's also purging our ranks as well. That's a part of the mercy and the love too. So it says the term Rahman circumscribes the quality of abounding grace inherent in and inseparable from the concept of Almighty, whereas Ram expresses the continuous manifestation of God's grace in its effect upon us and is an aspect of one's activity. Ibn Qayyim, Rahman, Rahim, it says, are not the repetition of one and the same attribute for the sake of emphasis, but are two different attributes, Rahima, and then it says plural, and Rahim is more Hamatun, which deals with love and mercy, etc. So basically what it is, when you go into this aspect right here, you can't get around it, Moorish Ken. Love and mercy is already there for us. We got a prophet. Love and mercy is also bringing us into a clear conception, of the work that we are called to do. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. That's what that's telling us. The prophet brought us everything. Just like them prophets that came to the people in the past brought them everything. But which one of the favors would they deny? So that being said, we give honor to your Moors, and at this time, we want to call forth our sister Carter Bay. Islam. We just trying to stir the ethers up a little bit over there, sis.
Islam. First, let me rise and give praises to the great God Allah. I give honors to our holy prophet, Nabi Ali. I give honors to Act One. I give honors to everyone on this call this morning. Now, what I did, I didn't. And if National Assistant Grand Sheik, if you can share that screen and go one up from where Brother Edwards Bay was, because what I did, I tried to look at the one he had, but the one above that is page 3 on my computer. I don't know if you got numbers on yours, but it's just a slide right above the one he had up. I could look at that one more better. Okay.
You talking about the one I had sent out?
Okay, now if you stroll down.
Okay, let me blow it up too, so you can see it. right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the one I work with, because I thought you said they still are the same thing.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And I was just focusing on trying to get those alphabets. And if you see my little cursor, that's the last word or phrase or whatever.
But
That's what we.
I can't see your cursor, sis. So if you want to share, if you want to take over the screen, if that's what I thought you didn't have it, so I pulled it up for you. But you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to share your screen?
Okay, and let me see. It says,
Okay, let me stop sharing mine.
will it
And
stay
once
with
you hit
yours?
screen, yeah, hit screen share at the bottom, it should let you pull it up.
Okay. Well, okay, now where did it go?
Yeah. And once you see what it is that you want to pull up, because whatever you have above in them tabs, that's what it's gonna pull up. And so when you see that screen in your tab,
Uh-huh.
you know, that's when you click on it, and then it's gonna highlight the share at the bottom. Just click share.
You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna let you I did see something that says share. I might just let you go ahead on and just pull that up again.
Oh, you share. You share.
Okay.
Now you sharing a different you just sharing the Zoom screen now. Go over there and click on the tab over there where it says your email up there at the top. Let me see if it changes.
Okay.
Because you may be, there you go, you sharing your whole screen. All right. Now click into your whatever it is that you was trying to
okay.
whatever you got on your computer.
Okay.
Oh, you going back to the original email. I got you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I will go here.
There you go.
And then,
that look like an older one there though. Oh, that's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want. Okay.
That's
oh
right.
wow.
Yeah, now you can enlarge your screen too, Sister Carter Bay. Like up in your little box in the corner. You know how you make it big? Yeah, when you click on it. Okay. Yeah, enlarge it real quick. Right up there where you see what an X is, where you go. There you go.
Okay.
It's long.
It's long. Woo.
Right.
I'm nervous, Rick.
Oh no, you all right. Take your time, sister.
Okay, great. So I started right here. Can y'all see my cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
I started right here, and I just focused on trying to figure out what those letters were. And I got all the way up to here. I got some questions, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna say what I focus on these, and I say that was and I need some help to make sure I'm saying it right. I say that was the A, and then that was this right here is the double L. I mean it's LL.
That's right.
And then I say that little thing was an A. Am I right?
That's the aura coming off of there.
Oh yeah. That's the aura. Yeah, you're right.
Sister Carter Bay, you doing good over there now.
My glasses. Yeah, that's an aura. That's what I got.
Yeah, you doing good.
Okay.
Them ain't easy to recognize characters there. But
Yeah,
you doing good. You know, goodness gracious. Go ahead, sister.
Okay. And right here, I said that was the H.
Oh my goodness.
And then yes, right here, I say that was the M.
That's right.
And then when I come around down here, now I say that was the N, but I forgot what you say that was right there, that little thing right.
That's just your vowel.
Vowels, okay.
Yeah, you see, you didn't really have to worry about them, but that would be the letter A. Anything up top is always an A, and anything down bottom is an I.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got that. Okay, all right, and then the next one I say that's A. That's two. That little thing there mean you double it, and that's two L's, and then that right there is an R. Did I get that right?
That's right. And see that even though they got a shot of their sis,
Uh-huh.
They don't really put it in there when they say it, but that's all right. Because you saying what you identify, that symbol is a shot and it represents a double, even
Uh-huh.
though most people don't transliterate it that way.
Like,
So
okay.
we give honors to you, sister.
Okay. And then I went,
Go ahead.
and then I went right here. I said that was an H.
That's right.
And then I went right here. I said that's a Y. At least I
Right.
thought it was.
That's right.
And then over here, that looked like an M to me.
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
when I went to the second line, now this word kind of got a little difficult on me. So is that an M? I thought that was an M right there. Is that an M?
Yes, ma'am. In its
And-
beginning form.
And these threw me off because they were so tall. They was above the line, and it
Right.
kind of threw me off. So I didn't know if that was the L or
That's what it is.
okay. So those are L's.
Mhm.
Okay, and then this right here, I had to look on another piece of paper that I had. Now, is that a K?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, okay. So,
Sister
yeah, because
Carl,
that would trip me up real good. I was looking and looking and looking. I was like, oh my goodness, what is it? And then it hit me. Because at first I was thinking it was a B, but then I said, no. And then I went to another piece of paper that I had printed off, and that's what I got. But this one here, I kind of got a little stuck on that one too. I didn't know if that was because it's got the two dots. I didn't know if that was one of the T's, or was that a B?
okay, now I'm glad you pointed that out. You see the rule you applied to the one on the first line with the two dots?
Uh-huh.
And that was the letter what? Right
That
up
was
top.
the,
At first.
that one at the top. Yo, that was the Y.
That's right. And that's the same letter, but just in the initial form. Now
Oh.
it will be a T if you seen them two dots above.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
See that you see your chart to the side on the tie right there. Look at the tie up there.
Uh-huh. Up
You
there.
see it?
Uh-huh.
Right above, not the thigh, but the tie that's above.
Oh, okay.
Go up right there, right there.
Okay.
Yeah. See
Okay.
how it sit above it?
Uh-huh.
But I can see how you would see it that way. You know what I mean? But always remember, tie is above and the ya is beneath.
Oh, okay. And I thought about and I thought about, was that it? But then I said, but them two dots is under the bottom. It's not at the top. So
That's right. That's
that
right.
it kind of threw me off a little bit. So
No, you were recognizing the rules.
yeah. I was trying to.
You're doing good.
And then the next letter I went to, I said that was an M. I think. Is that an M?
That's correct.
And
in its end form.
Okay. And then that's the leaf, the L, I mean the A, and then the L.
Right.
And then I said, and then when I got right here, I got stuck again because I couldn't figure out again if that's the is that ain't gonna be the Y again, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it is?
And that's a D. You see?
Uh-huh.
But see, they, even though they put the Y there, they don't transliterate it in most cases that way.
Okay.
Because that's Maliki Yom Medin. What it is, the Y is there as an indicator. You see what I'm saying? Master of the day of judgment, right?
Uh-huh.
So that is an indicator. That Y, yin, it carries it a yin aspect in there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yom Adin.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Islam.
And then that letter right there is the N, the N.
That's right.
And I'm gonna go a little bit further. Now I didn't know what that was.
Well, that's just a pause.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't.
they use that as a pause in the middle.
And then I stopped on this one, the A again, And then because of the way this one was turned, I didn't see anything. I didn't know what that was. This is right here.
Yeah, that
With
and that
two
can
dots.
still be a yeah.
That still be the Y again?
Yep, yep. In the initial form,
Okay.
and they just took it up that way. That's
Oh,
why it's yeah, yeah. Cause see, that will be an I next to it. See it on the beginning right there under the A. So that A comes into the I sign, E, Y, and then go above it. That's the other A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a double Y.
Double Y.
You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, can I? You see?
Okay.
Islam.
Islam, and I'm gonna stop right there. That's all
Oh.
I got.
Man, Sister Carter Bay, you did good, and I know you say you really ain't, you keeping up, man. You on point. You
I'm trying.
transliterating over there.
I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up. I don't want y'all to leave me. But I've been looking at all kind of slides and listening to different ones, and I'm trying. And actually, I'm having fun too, though, y'all. I really do.
Right.
I'm enjoying it. I ain't gonna get discouraged or nothing. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm loving this. And like I say, I'm gonna stop right there because I got hung up right there. I couldn't figure out what that one was, and it was so. Now this right here, is that a K? I'm gonna ask this one.
That's right.
Is that a K?
Yep, that's exactly what it would. That's the Iyakan, and then the A at the top, and then it go into the end. Iyakana Budu.
Okay.
See the B and the U and the D and the U next to it? Yeah, Iyakana Budu.
Okay. Okay.
You
All
see?
right. Well,
And then if you go further, you see it says also, if you go a little further after the Budu, it says Iyakana Budu wa Iyakana Sta'in.
okay.
See it repeats itself again.
Oh,
So
okay.
compare that to the previous one.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
once you get good with identifying, and once you will begin to recognize that bunch or that group
Right.
as a word.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that
Yeah.
comes with just practice and familiarizing yourself with it. Just like you was able to do that. And what it does when you transliterate, it impresses these alphabet in your memory better. Better than just trying to recite it and then trying to look at it side by side. If you actually go into the text and begin to transliterate, it sticks into your mind better. Islam.
Well, gratitude. And like I say, I'm gonna stop right there, and then you say try to do our sounds.
Yes, ma'am. Islam.
Alif, ba, da, ba, jim, ha, ka, da, ra, zain, za, sin, sain, sa, da, ta, zo, ain, gain, fa, qua, ka, lam, ming, nu, ha, wa, ya.
Islam. And man, you said that hang with a good emphasis, Sister Carter Bay. What you sure you don't know what you got going?
I told you I've been listening to everything I can listen to. They be telling me how to convert. You ought to get me over here.
A lot of glottal words, so to speak. Some words come from the palatal,
Yes.
and some from the glottal. Some from the tip of the tongue and some from down through there, so to speak.
Right. And I be trying. I appreciate y'all being patient with me, and gratitude for all y'all's help. Everybody been trying to help me, so gratitude. I'm coming along. I'm keeping up.
Good. You did a good job, Sister Carter Bay.
Islam.
Go ahead.
I stop sharing this screen and stuff, so I can.
Oh yeah, you just hit stop sharing at the bottom.
Okay,
right
stop.
where you clicked in to start.
Okay.
There you go.
I got gratitude. Gratitude.
Islam. Man, I'm so proud of you, Sister Carter Bay.
I'm proud of it too.
Sister, you just don't know. That's a powerful demonstration that show you, like I told you, it ain't hard.
It ain't. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it ain't
yes.
hard as we think it is.
Yeah, just a little practice. Little practice, yeah, yeah. Islam, with gratitude at that. I'm done now.
Islam. Gratitude for that message. All right. All right, Brother Muhammad Bey.
Islam, Grandman. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear with divine ears, grand man. Islamism.
All right, I'm gonna need some little assistance like Diane Carter Bay, because this is my first time actually trying to learn how to share the screen.
Okay.
You gotta walk me through again. First, excuse me, Dr. Joe Hamid Muhammad Bey from South Carolina. First, let me rise on the 7 in praise of our Father God Allah. I want to give honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who was the last prophet of this new era time. I want to give honors to our Moorish American government. I want to give honors to everyone on this call today and give honors to everything Moorish. Islam. Okay. Can you hear me, Grand Man?
Oh yes, sir.
Or to save time, if you want to, you could pull it up on your screen and just start from the first ayat, because I know we got other Moorish kin that
we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you learn how to do the screen share.
Gratitude, Grand Man.
Yes, sir. You see at the bottom of your screen, when you go down, just take your cursor and go down on your screen. And you're gonna see a bar pop up.
Yeah, okay.
You see that bar popping up?
Yes, sir.
Where you can it say mute the mic, stop the video, security, participant. You see where it say share screen?
I see where it says share in the little bottom corner.
Now click share screen. There you go. All right. Yep, there you go, right there. Now just go into what it is you want to share. I see your umbrellas and everything.
I have to go into my email, right? Yes. I got the goddess of green assistant also. I don't know about that one, but anyway. Is that the way you go off into it? I brought up my email. You bring up the email, Godman.
Yes, sir. Okay. You just do what you would normally do if you wasn't doing, you wasn't sharing it. Just go into whatever you're trying to go into.
Okay, I gotta find it.
Yeah, we see it. Take your time.
Gratitude for the patience. Might be.
That's what we do, brother.
Islam, gratitude. Wow. Please don't laugh. Islam. I hope I didn't go too far. Let me see. Thursday the 17th. No, I'm just looking for. It's gonna be mag, right, from the Kemetic and that with and it says ears.
I'll tell you a way you can do it. Go up there in your search box.
Okay.
And type in ears.
Okay.
You'll probably see it pop up when you put the letter E in there. Remember, you put a period between each of the letters, though.
Islam.
And they capital too, by the way.
Capital. Yeah. Oh. Working on it, Grand Man.
Take your time. You put a comma down there, you got to put the period in between that A and the R. You see where you put the period. Yeah. And see what happens when you once you put ears in, you can hit the search bar. Hit enter now and see what happens.
Capital S also, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Just hit it and see what happens. There you go, right there.
Gratitude, Grand Man. Wow.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, pull that up. There we go. Okay. Oops. All right. Right here. It's long. Praise the Lord.
Praise be to
Okay,
Allah.
that's a great task for me, grand man.
All
But
is
praise
well.
the Lord.
All
You know,
is
like I
well.
said, I'm not one to give up. You know, and I'm not ashamed to say it's a grand thing to be able to learn. You know, it's like I made sure that my children were computer literate, but I never did it myself. So I'm never too late to learn. It's long. It's long. Okay, grand man, I'm starting from the beginning. And as we go first here, right, it's long. Okay, we find that this first letter, which is the letter Ba or B, and you have here, you have the vowel sign, and this is called the Kesser, and it has the sound of E. It's this Kesser, this vowel description is always below the horizon, as I was taught. So now I have this letter B or Ba, and the next letter right here is what is called the Sin. And what I have here above the Sin is called the actually Sukun. The Sukun represents almost like what you would say silent. So what I get when I join the Ba with the Sin, I get Bis. I get Bis. So I come from there, I got Bis, then I go to the next letter, which is the letter Mim, which is the letter M, and it also has the vowel symbol, Kesra, which is Meh, Meh. But also, now going to the next letter, from here, I have Bismi, Bismi, and I go here. So what happens is, notice family, we have this, what I try to say is, you know, it looks like a little bird to me, but we know that's called the Shedda. And the Shedda represents the doubling of the letter in the essence whereby the previous letter is joined to the next letter. And we have here, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So what I have is Bismil, Bismil, because this letter here is a lamb. This is the letter L. So what I have, right, that's the first part, Bismil, and then I have what's called a standing fata. The fata is always above the horizon or above the letter, and it has the sound of A. So now this is the next letter that is joined. Remember, family, right? This is Mil, right? Bismil. So I'm also joined. So I have to continue, right, the sound of that double L. Now here's a grammatical rule coming in that I learned, right, from my teacher. When we go to this next letter where we're coming from this lamb, a lot of people will say Bismillah, but grammatically, you know, they're not going to press you for it, but grammatically, that's incorrect. When you're coming out of this standing fata, instead of it being Bismillah, it becomes Bismillah. So now, okay, so now we have Bismillah, and then you have the letter Ha, which is the H, and you have the Kesra, which is he. So I have Bismillahi. All right, now another rule. Okay, like the National Assistant Grand Sheikh, they're not going to press you, you know, if you don't particularly go into the grammatics of it. But here we have, right, this letter Ha, right, with the Kesra, he is joined to the next letter. The next letter, you skip the aleph and you skip the lam because you're joining it to the next, right, grammatical letter or the next letter in sequence. This letter is the letter Ra or the Ara. And notice we have again the Shedda, right, which is the doubling. So what I have is Bismillahir. See, the joining of the letter. the hir, right? And then I have also above this ra, or this letter R, I have a fata. And in this fata, I have Bismillah, hir ra, hir ra. Okay, now, when I move to the next letter after the ra, I have the letter ha, right? This is, you know, the thing about all of your original languages that they deal with tones and vibrations, and they use different portions of the mouth, unlike English. You know, very, very important, because now we can understand how the language is so powerful, and how actually when we pronounce these words correctly, in the right tone, the right vibration, with the right intent, that these words actually come from the plane of thought and become manifest, first in our own being, and then on the plane of things made manifest. So now, okay, so I have Bismillah here, and the next letter is the ha, and over this letter we have the letter Sukun. Remember, this is silent in terms of just pronouncing the first part of that special letter. So we have Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, and then we go to the next letter, which is the meme, the letter M, and we have again, now this is a standing fata, the letter A, but this is what is called a long vowel. So that means that what I have to do is I have to elongate that sound at least 2 tones or 2 beats, right, rather than to just ma. So it would be Bismillahirrahman. Bismillahirrahman, right? And then I go to the next letter, which is, this is the letter Nun, or the letter N. And we have the vowel sound, the vowel sound representing the Kesra, which is E. So I have Bismillahirrahmanir, right? Okay, now, when I'm at this noon, again, we see that, okay, we skip the aleph and the lam, right? These are representations, family. So anyway, so the noon, or the letter N, is going to be joined because of the sukun here, the joining of the letter, the shedder, excuse me, family, right? Because of the shedder, the doubling of the sound, the joining of the previous letter with the next letter. And that's the letter Ra, right? And it has also the letter, the vowel Fata over the top of it, over the horizon, and representing Ra. So I have Bismillahirrahman, right? Rahmanir. And coming down to the final part, we have, we have again the letter Ha. And it has the letter, it has the vowel mark of a kesra, which is below the horizon, which is below the horizon. And so now I have Bismillahirrahmanir, right? And then he, that's the letter he, that would be pronounced he. But notice also, family, right? The next letter that we have here, right, in its what's called in its middle form. This is the letter ya in its middle form. And we have over this letter ya in its middle form the letter, the vowel sukun. So I have Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, right? So now I have a sukun here over the ya in the last letter, which is the meme, or the letter M. And we have what is called the kesra, which is the letter E. But it becomes silent because it's at the end of the sentence, or the representation. So I have Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And I'll do one more because I wanted to do the Duma. So like the National Sister Grand Sheik, right? Let's go down to right here. Okay. So now I have Aleph. That's the letter A, which is the Kesra. right? And this was the letter that our beloved sister Diane Carter Bay went through. And so we have the shedda, the doubling, and the fatha, which is the ah. So I have E, like the National Sister Grand Sheik said, E, yeah. And then we have the letter kaf, which is the letter K, with the fatha, which is ah, iyaka. And then we have the letter noon in its beginning phase. And this is the letter ain. This is what's called a guttural sound that is almost like, you know, when a person is gagging, you know, yaka na. And then we have the letter B, or the ba. And here we have this other vowel. This is called the dhamma, or some people say dhamma. Okay, your fatha and your dhamma are always above the horizon or above the letter. And your kesra is always going to be below. So the fatha is a, the kesra is e, and the dhamma is u. So we have a yakana budu, Islam and gratitude, grand man. That's all I want to bring for Islam.
Okay, Islam, gratitude. You want to do your tonal sound with the alphabet? Or are you good on that, grand man?
Yeah, yes, Islam, gratitude, grand man. I'm just a little excited. Yes, okay. The alphabet. Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Lal, Ra, Za, Sin, Shin, Sod, Dod, Ta, Ra, Ain, Rain, Fa, Af, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, How, Wow, yeah, Islam.
In Islamism, we give honors to you, grand man. Praise be to Allah, and honors to his holy prophet, honors to our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, El Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali, that is. We give honors to our Moorish kin for that special drawing, Brother Muhammad Bey. As we go into it, as we were speaking to our family before, there are many different dialects through which we get the language, you know, and the one that we have been given that is closer to the ancient Kemetic, you know, myself studying under our beloved brother, you know, Wali, was the Egyptian Arabic, you know, and so when we go into that language, it's closer to the click tone vibration, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? And so like when you go into certain letters, for example, let me share this real quick. And this is in support of what you put out here, brother. Let me see here. Here we go, right here. All right. Yeah, when we go into this special measure, if you pay attention, when I was speaking of the click tone vibration, even though there's a harmonic measure, so to speak, there, when you say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, it's really Bismi Allah. You see, Bismi Allah Rahman Rahim. See, this is going into the click tone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah ar-Rahbil Alamin. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmadin. See how it's pronunciated, so to speak, where you can hear the emphasis of each measure. And that's the way the brother showed me in dialect, you know, in the Egyptian Arabic dialect, as opposed to the way that you hear the Arabs normally demonstrated, you know, from their special tongue, so to speak. Islam.
Islam.
So gratitude, you know, nothing really wrong with the dialects. It's just difference in dialect. Just like saying shalom, you know, and what they like to call Hebrew, and salam in the Arabic. You know what I mean? We say as-shalom alaykum. You know, and the proto-Sinaitic, the proto-Canaanite, but then it's assalamu alaikum. See the difference between the two, but they both saying the same thing.
Islam. Well,
yes,
we definitely want to keep it original.
Yes,
That's what it's
sir.
all about. Islam.
Yeah, and in fact, the way that they emphasize their words in what they like to call Hebrew is closer to, also the Kemetic expression when you get into the Egyptian Arabic. You know what I mean? You can't really tell them apart from each other. So I just wanted to bring that to the manifest, brother. But yeah, we know they got Farsi dialect, they got Kufic, it's many different measures, but the tajweed of the Egyptian Arabic is different from the others. So gratitude, grand man, for that measure. Powerful drawing though. Islam.
Thank
Gratitude.
you.
Now you know how to share that screen.
Yeah, gratitude. Islam.
We look for great
Always
measures.
moving forward. Gratitude for the love, grand man. Islam.
We look forward to great measures coming for you. Okay, Islam. All right. Next more. This thing right here, man, the more is doing good today. All right. Any other more that? Okay, Grand, that's Secretary of the State. She was kind of reluctant over there. Islam, Goddess and Queen. And we know she finna come forth with a grand drawing. Come on, Grand National Secretary of the State.
Islam, Morris King. Can you see my screen?
Oh yeah, Islamism.
Well, first of all, I want to rise, giving all praises to our Father God Allah, giving honor to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, the last prophet in these days and times, giving honor to our Georgia consulate for providing the forum, to all the Moors that are participating in our class to Act 1, and to our host, our National Assistant Grand Sheikh of Moorish America. I tell you, Dr. Shaheed, this one was, woo, tough, but what I did, and well, I took a suggestion of yours in reference to going on YouTube, okay, and trying to at least get a foundation in my head as far as the various letters. And what was clarified to me now, and I want to give honor to all of the measures before me because they were so grand. I'm like, oh my God. I stuck with, what helped for me is I stuck with the writing, okay, as far as trying to write these letters out, the initial, the medial, the final form, and the isolated. And like Dr. Diane Carter Bay tried to pull out the letters that I could identify. Now, in my assignment, I got up to about the first 2 lines and half, but I had a couple of questions that weren't answered. And I'm going to come from just this portion here, because, thank God it had a lift. If I don't know nothing else, it's a lift. And the other one dealing with the lamb, and this is the shada, which is the double, so the double L. This is the ra. This is the fatha, which is dealing with the vowel A. That was the ra again, and this dealing with the E. Got pages all over the place. Hold on more. Which is kasra. And that being the, where am I now? Okay. Now that is the, not the, where am I at? Was that the Y?
That's right. Islam, yeah.
All right. Look, I'm sweating bullets up here. Okay, the Y, and then at the end, the M.
Islam, that's right.
Right here, and then we got the 2 vowels, which is dealing with the kasra again, or the E sound. So that's what I'm going to bring forth today, because there were a couple of things that I had letters that were not correct. So I was comfortable with bringing that segment forth. But when I was looking at the video where he spoke about, he used it as families of letters, where a left by itself and the ba being in a family of three, dealing with what looks like a boat. And then you got the B at the bottom dealing with the one dot, ta above being the two dots, sa being the three dots. So I was trying to memorize it that way so that when I go back, I was trying to get the foundation that way. So I'm going to do the pronunciation, but definitely I got work to do. Alif, ba, ta, sa, jim, ha, ka, dal, thou, ra, zain, sin, shin, sa, dod, ta, za, ein, gain, fa, kaf, kaf, lam, meen, noon, ha, wa, ya. Islam.
Islam, Grand National Secretary of State Al Rahim. Praise be to Allah. And yeah, you know, it just take a little time and looking at them and identify them in their, you know, various forms. And it becomes easier and easier just familiarizing, you know, yourself with it. And that's still a grand job, Grand National Secretary of the State, you know, because what happened is the more you go into it, you begin to identify after a while, repetition, you know, that hammer repetition, you begin to see it, it jump out at you. You know what I mean? Like I can look at a particular grouping because I've been doing it, you know, for a long, even though I ain't really been into it, you know, recently, you know, in the last couple of years, but from what I know in learning, you know, I can look at a word and actually see the transliteration, but that comes with time, you know what I mean? And the more you read it, the more fluent you become, you know, and that's where you become more proficient. And also having a knowledge of each word, you will actually see the word. And if you know the definition of the word, like we read that one definition dealing with Rahman and Ra, it'll automatically come to you without even having a dictionary or anything there. You automatically know what's being said. Also, what you're gonna learn after dealing with these things, you, like I remember when they had the war take place, and I would hear them speaking in Arabic, even though I don't know the actual language of the Arabian people like that. Knowing certain words, I could hear here and there, you know, what they were saying, you know, what even though they hadn't transliterated it. And that's because certain words that are in Quranic language are also in that language. But, you know, there's just different dialects to a certain degree. This is the divine dialect. And so, you know, I always used to tell the brothers that was in Orthodox Islam, you know, why y'all getting so hyphy, you know, the great God Allah revealed, you know, a message in Arabic, but it wasn't revealed in their tribal dialect. You know what I mean? Didn't have nothing to do with them. It was more dealing with the divine dialect, and Prophet Muhammad himself really is the only one that can truly comprehend that divine dialect. And that's why we say, well, anybody translating, you know, it's only an attempt to translate what was meant at best. You know what I mean? And so nothing wrong with the translation that we have because they are good, but we don't get caught up into, you know, where he said this in the translation, because the translation is not the word of Allah. That's the attempt to translate and give us some understanding context. It don't shoot the translation down. It's just saying if somebody see an error in that, you don't blame that on Allah. You know, and most people that translate, you know, they themselves would ask that, you know, well, if I did this here, you forgive me for it. You know what I mean? So praise be to Allah. And we have to understand that principle about all divine scripture. Even when you go into what they like to call the Torah, it's the same thing. You know, that's the original. When you get into the Preston purity, that's the original Islam. So gratitude. Praise be to Allah, Grand National Secretary of the State, Islamism. All right. Well, is there any other more that would like to come forth and bring their expected measure? All right, brother Bati Bey. Man, y'all more doing, man. We're gonna transliterate our Moorish Grand Quran.
Hold that thought. one of the only reason why I know what this is because I've looked at it and I've seen this and I had to, during the month they make you read the whole Quran, so I recognize it instantly what it was. But as far as getting down, my hardest, my struggle is the middle forms. Is the middle forms of the lettering is trying to get that down. So lately I just been trying to write the initial forms just to see what they are. And so instead of I didn't start off with the top because that was something that we translated. Let me share my screen real quick. That was something that we translated in class. And so I went down to this line right here. I went down to this line because I know that's Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. And when we got down to right here, this is Maliki, but the translation of this letter I had as Wa. But
That's
then when I
correct.
got to this letter, huh?
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
That
That's
letter
Wa.
you said Wa coming behind that Yah, Madin. And you see it's a silent Wa to a certain degree because you see the Sukoon at the top.
This right here?
Nah, that right there, the Fatah, said that's the Sukoon. So it's there. So it's more like Maliki Yah Madin. You see? Yah.
Okay. And then when I got to this one, I recognized this as being Allah. I'm not the double L, the A, that might be an L.
That's
but
L.
I get confused between
Allah. Yeah, you're right. It's L.
L, okay.
Yeah, AL.
And then this was like the middle form. What did I write down? I just wrote the word Allah or Allah because that was familiar to see. And then I realized that this is I didn't really get this one yet because I was looking for this attachment right here, and I didn't get that. So but I knew that this was the noon. I knew that this right.
Now the two dots at the bottom there always indicate the Y.
Always in, okay.
That's right, and that's basically Y attached to the end.
And see, this is why I gotta even knowing that the A's is above and the I's are below, that's a good thing for me because there's things I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just familiarized myself with this. And so I have this as being an A, but that might be an L.
Well, that's an A, but with an I, because it got a kasra there. See, also I and E is interchangeable. You know what I mean? Some people, when they transliterate with the letter E, and some transliterate with the letter I. You know, so that's really a big deal.
Maliki Yamadini Yaka. This is Iyaka right here?
That's right. Iyaka. That's right.
And see, my data is like with this right here. This is coming into that. I was trying to translate it and I got a W coming into this right here.
Yeah, that's Ayn.
Ayn.
Yakana we do.
Okay. I'm just looking at it real quick.
Nah. You see how you
like Nasta, that's the Nasta'in.
Yes, that's right. No, it's not pardon self. Yakana Budu and Nasta'in come behind it. That's Yakana Budu.
Yakana Budu, okay.
Yeah, and so that Ayn, that's the Ayn alphabet that you seeing right there that you thought was a wall.
Okay.
You see,
and because you got, but another thing I'm noticing is that you got block form, and then you got this cursive. There's more like the Quran I got is a more so a block form, and that's so when I'm I'm looking at it, I get a little confused just by it on site. It's not necessarily what it is, but it's just been harder. So then when I got into here, when I got into So it wasn't this one, but I went to here because the rest of the letters I was getting confused on about which way especially when I'm looking at this one.
Mm-hmm.
When I was looking at this one, not knowing if it was I had it as it looked like a L, but it's facing the other way. So that's where the confusion for me came in at. And I was trying to find it in the middle form or in the end form for it. But then, yeah. So I wasn't able to translate that, but I know this right here would be a K. And
Right.
then,
Now, when you go back to that other one you had up there, the Yakana is just a repeat of the Yaka.
Yeah, okay.
See it?
So what is this?
That's your that's your Y I meant to say. Right there beneath the shadow.
Okay, that's
right.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
Yaka.
And then when I got to this one, this is another one that I get confused on. This spread right here, because I was looking at that and it's the scene,
right.
but then
Nasta'in. See the N at the front?
Yeah, right here.
And then you have the S, and then you have the T following the S, and you got above it, you got the Fata. Then you got the Ain, and you see the Kasra beneath that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And then you come with the Y, which is like silent Y, even though it's there. And most people don't really write it out when they transliterate, but that's just indicating the sound. Nasta'in. You see? Yeah, nasta'in.
So I can, the craziest thing for me is that I can recite this part, but to know exactly by, you know what I'm saying, it's a little difficult because of the middle and the end. You're used to the English language where it's just, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. It don't have no middle, end, or initial or isolation. So it's just getting all that down, plus with all the other attributes that it got above and below the lettering. So I know this more so off of recitation. I didn't want to come up here faking and frauding like you know what I'm saying, like I knew what I don't. So, yeah, that's as far as I got. And then I translated a little bit more, but there was letters. And then when I tried to make the letters out, it didn't make a word that I see. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I will go into the reciting of the alphabet. Islam. And that would be, let me see the book. Okay. I got Aleph, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Ka, Dal, Da, Ra, Za, Sin, Shin, Sad, Dad, Ta, Da, Ain, Gain, Fa, Kaf, Ka, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Nun, Ha, Wa, Ya.
Islam. Praise be to Allah. And yes, all it is really, like our Grand National Secretary of the State was pointing out, it's just different rules that we'll become familiar with, knowing, the different groups. If you go back to the video, you'll see where we pointed out a few things as well, and you can see that some of them symbols are the exact same, they just have dots on, or a certain amount of dots, which mainly in 3 stages or 2 stages. When you deal with the different marks that are there. And in most cases, you'll see them above or you'll see them beneath or below, you know what I mean? And so just little small stuff like that. Islam, Grand Man?
Islam. I'm looking through my emails and I looked in the bulk, okay. And I don't see if the video was attached to it, but maybe it was attached. It's in a different one.
Yeah, probably spread it out too, depending on the format of what it is that you have. I'm gonna show you what I had sent out and how it looked. I don't know, and it also depends on what you're looking into, because I like to deal with beta or Google beta. I like the format. I really don't, even though I have the Microsoft platform, I don't really go into that particular platform just because I think their setup is kind of they don't put it in your face like Google do. Just my opinion. Just like when I use a search engine, I like to use the Google search engine. See, this is how it looks in the Google measure. See how I got the video and the actual PDF there?
Yeah.
And then you can see up here that I sent it out to all the Moorish kin that was in the master email list.
Yeah, see, when I pull up the ears, it will show me like 7 different icons of slots of videos. I mean, not videos, but of ones that came from this class. So it's deciphering, trying to go through them all is just a little hard. I might have to switch emails with this. So, but yeah, I appreciate it. I just didn't know, like I said, I'm learning this stuff. It's just crazy that I can recognize it, but can't get it, you know what I'm saying, translated. Islam?
Islamism. But they say practice make perfect. So you got to use that hammer of repetition a little bit, and all is well. Even if it just come to just dealing with going one word at a time. Because what's going to happen is once you go, and that's the best basis that we can use, because I try to simplify it without just saying, okay, well, we're going to throw something out there that people are unfamiliar. I know we're more familiar with Fatiha. So, okay, why not use that? It ain't real long. It ain't real extensive, just 7 verses. And if you can go through that, mastering the characters, then when you go and look at other things, you'll be amazed at how it will help you when you go a little further. You know what I mean? It's just knowing the rules, and also, the different ways that they write. They have calligraphic script, which is calligraphy, which it can also be, it can be out there if you ain't familiar with it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you a prime example of showing you what I mean. And but once you know the rules and you've seen it, you'll kind of get the grasping of it, so to speak. And they use this in a lot of the cases of they use this in a lot of the cases of trying to pull it up real quick.
I like how it's also kind of like the hieroglyphics. Like you got to ponder the phonetical marker because it does have a metaphysical aspect to these letters. It's just getting off in it,
Oh yeah. In fact, the numbers alongside these letters are the same as the numbers in the book as given by our brother Mustafa Gadala. You know what I mean? The order and everything, is the same way. Let me pull this up right here. I'm trying to get this here so you can see. I just had it a few minutes ago. Okay, there we go, right there. Like these are different forms of the Arabic calligraphy, for example, right? Now this is some calligraphy, and simply it's really just saying Allah. You see? Now all the other measures was added on, with a little bit more off in there. You know what I mean? Up here. And you see for example, here, they added a whole bunch of different characters along with it, and these are just characters around it. But then this is the actual word. Now, where did that come from? I ain't signed up for no newsletter. Okay, so yeah. So when you come into, in a special area here, you see N, for example, right? In the beginning form, W. Then you got the R there. I see Nur. You see? Al, Summer, and I can see Wati. I can already see that. I already know what they're talking about, And so basically it's all the other stuff around it, ain't really saying it's right here. You have an actual word right here. You see? Al Samawat. Wa. Then you have what that is. La. Okay, La Da. And then you have, which that right there was basically another long. La Dal. I mean, it's basically however you go, Moorish kin, when you deal with calligraphy, these are different styles of writing. Of course, it's more advanced, you know, but if you look at the roots in the words, you'll see the same thing there. Like I can see, you know, a whole bunch here with the name Allah, you know, and a repeat of it. And that's another script right there. Most of the time you're gonna find that, you know, it in this type of script here though. You know, so you ain't gonna find, unless you get a Quran that got that type of script in it, you ain't gonna really find Qurans, you know, written, you know, produced to the public, you know, on a mass level in calligraphy. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing that we really have to stress. Okay, so gratitude, Grandman. Anything else you want to bring forth before we go to Sister Carter Bay?
No, I'm good there. Islamism.
Islamism, brother. Gratitude for the measure. All right, Sister Carter Bay. I see she has her hand raised again. Islam.
Islam, I just had a quick question, but I see, I think that's Dr. Set that got her hand up instead of Brother Muhammad. But I just had a quick question. I don't know if you want to take her, because I just wanted you to go over that last word that he went, that the God man, that last word he was going over, because I can see everything in there except I got a little lost with the because I thought that was a B with the dot on. I thought that was a B. So that's all I wanted. I don't you can get me after her or whatever if you could pull that back up.
Oh yeah. You can see my screen sharing right now.
I see it. The last word that he went over. That's all I had a quick question about.
Right.
Yeah,
This one right here. Right?
Yes. Call them alphabets out for me, please.
Oh yeah. No, you all right, sis. No problem. Okay, see, this is the N in its initial or beginning form. That's that's N, and then you got the Fata, which is A, right? Nah, right? Then you have the letter which is seen. You see? Nas. Then you go into the Ta, which is the T, and then you got the Fata again, which is A. Nasta. You see? And then you got the Ain.
Yeah, I recognize the Ain.
Right, and it's conjoined with what people would call the I or the E, whichever way you put it. They transliterate it both ways. Nasta'in. You see, and then that's where you get into this part here, because the Y again is silent, because the sukoon is present, and then you have the N. It actually say Nasta'inu, but you don't hear people really emphasize that particular dhamma there, that you know what I mean? It's nasta'in. You see? Yaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, I had to practice
al-mustaqim. And you can hear the rhyming. For example, if you listen, there's a rhyming theme that go through these words. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Maliki Yawm ad-Din. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. You see, and it's a reason why the great God Allah revealed it to the Arabs in that special way, because they was caught up on a lot of poetry. So that's why they say it is poetic in its expression. Islam.
I'll have to practice that one though, because some of the words they look like one thing, but they not, and then you got all them little the different what you call them, those little vowels or whatever at the top.
Right.
And
diacritical marks is what they call them, but yeah, they are vowels.
Yeah, and so that's what be throwing me off. So is there something that has what those, just have all those little vowels in a row or something where I might could remember what they are?
Yeah. I mean, actually, in some of the other slides that we put out, we was going through it, they actually have, them in there, but you can always do it like this here too. I'm gonna show you some. Let me see. I'm gonna show you some. And this, because they got them in a group here, actually. And I showed this in one of our original classes. Okay, so, and they give it here as a ruling like this. Let me move this out of the way. I didn't want a video to come up. But I'm trying to actually give you the pictorial expression. That should be it right there. Okay. Okay, there we go right there.
Okay.
For example, you know, you see they call them the harakat, right? But you see here, I'm trying to blow that up and make sure you got it. Now, imagine these circles as the actual words that you transliterate.
Okay.
You have the fata, this is the letter A.
Okay.
You see? And if you see it anytime beneath that, that's, like I say, you see some people bring it into E, some people say I.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, E, you can hear the I and the E, either way you go, that's the kasra.
Okay.
Always be beneath the word. That's the vowel. It's only 3 of them used.
Okay.
The A, you know, are what we call I and E.
Okay.
And then you have the U.
Okay.
You see, but sometimes you'll see them use the O there.
Okay.
So they're dealing with the A-E-I-O-U concept. But notice that this Dhamma is always above. You'll never see this beneath.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You see, Dhamma is always there above. And that's the letter U. So it's A, you know, and I always say I, even though some people say E. Don't be discouraged by that, you know, and then, like I say, you have the U.
Okay.
You know? So that's
Islam,
it's only 3 right there. Islam.
Gratitude. And I think I did see those in the slides.
That's
One
right.
of the emails that you sent out. Gratitude, 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 Islam.
And before you go, just to show you an expression of it, you know, right there, there it is right there. Your fata, is that'll be ba, that'll be bu, and that'll be b. Bad, boo, b.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Islam. Was that in your email that you sent out too?
Oh no, I'm just on a random, just pulling up random
okay.
stuff right now, just to show you the example, because they have them out there.
Oh, okay. Gratitude.
Yeah, Islam. But you can actually, now that other one I showed you, yeah, it was there. This particular, that's the video, but that there was there. This part here, these 3 here.
Yeah.
I do have that in our original slides.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll find it. Islam. Gratitude, God, man. Appreciate all that you're doing, Islam.
Right. And also, too, while I'm here, and I just had it right there. And this is what I was saying. They refer to them as diacritical marks. See, diacritics. And they go into certain measures here. Fata, Dhamma, Kasra, that's the base. You see? And that's really all you need at this special moment. You know, the Sukoon, you know, always go into the silent measure, as we pointed out earlier. But, you know, all these other measures, you know, they are really just a breakdown, you know, between what is already there.
Oh, okay.
So they call it tajweed when you pronounce things, you know, in what is the correct way of pronouncing it. It's the science of pronunciation, basically. Islam.
Islam. Gratitude.
Gratitude. That's another one too, showing you that again. Once it load up here. See, all you need to know about the vowels in Arabic is Fata above, Kasra below, Dhamma above, and Sukoon above. Those measures right there. You know, and they'll take you a long way. So praise be to Allah, sister.
Gratitude, gratitude. Islam.
Islamism without the schism. All right. All right, sister, all set?
Islam. Islam, gratitude. First, let me rise and give all praises to Allah and all honors to our Prophet Nabi Ali, honors to our Moorish American government, our officials of our government, and our citizens. Honors to this brand research alternate class we on. Well, I didn't do my homework, Mo. But
but I endeavor to learn. So I did learn a few things about the letters. I can't go through this whole sentence, so I do remember based on what the brother been trying to teach me. The fatha, the kesra, the fatha is always above, the kesra is always below, kisra, and the duma is always above. Also, the suku, sukun, which ain't is silent. Then we have the shada, which looks like a small W that doubles the letter and the sound. Then we have the alif that looks like an L in between the writing. And then we have the standing fatha. I forgot how to explain that one. And then we have the noon, which goes in that circular form. Don't ask me what it is. Don't ask me what it is. But I was trying to learn the vowel sound, so I'm going to do my best. So we have alif, ba, ta, sa, jim, ha, ku, dal, tall, ra, zayin, sin, shin, sad, dad, to, tain, sain, ain, gain, fa, kaf, kaf, lam, meme, meme, noon, ha, ya, and what's the last one?
You skip one.
Oh, that W-A-W. What's that one?
Wow.
Wow. Okay. See? See, he gave me bad instructions, Mo. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, wow. So, and he did tell me that the vowel sounds dealing with the A, the E, and the U, every time you pronounce the word, you'd be like alef, alaf, alif, and aloof. So you always pronounce them in dealing with the fatha, the kesra, the dhamma, the pronunciation of those symbols that they use to help you with your pronunciation of the word and the sound. So that's my measure, Islam.
That's right, Islam and gratitude. Yeah, one can actually learn, the pronunciation of the vowels through the placement, like the ba, the be, the bo, da, de, do. You can do it like that. Actually, that's also close to the way how African languages, are expressed as well. Because most of the African languages broke down, between those types of expression. And contrary to popular beliefs, vowels did not originate in the West. They originated with the Meroitic script in ancient Kemet. You know what I mean? And so once you go into that especially drawing, you realize that's ours too. That's why you found them in every language, basically. Even though they wasn't a part at root of some languages, they were used later to carry over the sound, so to speak. Islam. So gratitude, Sister Offset, very powerful, and keep that hammer repetition, pounding that demonstration in.
I'm gonna try, Mo. He just taught me this.
Oh yeah, man, you got Muhammad Bey over there. You already know he ready. This right up his alley here now. You know what I mean? He know, I know. He familiar with the language, and so you got a good brother over there to give it to you. It's gonna be even grander though when we can come and bring these measures forth together and begin to create our own lexicon from a Moorish perspective. So when the Moors begin to go into these things, they going in it from our view as opposed to somebody else's view. Islam. Praise be to Allah. All right. Any other Moor that would like to come forth and give their portion? Man, the Moors have done great today.
Islam.
Islam. Brother Charles Gael, student minister.
Islam family. Gratitude And first, let us continue to rise and give praise to our Father God Allah and honors to our holy and illustrious prophet, El Haj Sharif Abdul Ali, giving high honors to our most American theocratic government, our divine constitution and bylaws of Morse America, giving high honors to all consulates, all officials and citizens of Morse America. And actually, I actually got stuck in the same place where our brother Bati Bey got stuck at. And is this the if you can see my screen, I actually have two different Fatihas. I didn't receive the lesson. I think I might have to submit my email to get on the master email list, but I actually kind of got lost also, if you can see on the one on the left side, because this was unfamiliar to me when I tried to compare it with, because it's kind of more simplistic, the letters not being tied in with each other in like the calligraphy type of form or the classical type of Arabic form. But when I went to this side, I don't even actually see whatever this is right here. I'm not sure what word that is, but I actually got stuck at the meme, the two lambs, and this threw me off right here over top. I think they said it was a K. Well, I might need to enlarge it. So actually what I had was Bismillah el-Rahim el-Rahman, and then I got Alhamdulillah Rabbi, and then I kind of got stuck right here. I knew this was an ayin, but following this, I didn't know if that was another aleph or a lam. And I know that's going into Alamin. And then I got down to El-Rahim, El-Rahmani again. And then I got stuck right here on the Maliki. And then from what I seen, the Moors demonstrate, they got kind of a little bit further into the Maliki, and then it's tied to the Y and the Wa as demonstrated. Maliki Yom Al-Din. And then I kind of got stuck because this right here, I don't know what this is, if this is tying into what's above it, or if this is a whole separate letter. And it threw me off when Dr. Sister Diane Carter Bay was demonstrating. If this, I didn't know this was the Ya extended. So basically, I kind of got stuck in the same spot, and it's kind of funny. And it's inspiring at the same time. I went to my cousin's birthday party, and one of my friends that I grew up with, he was exposed to Islam through the Dismal Crips, and I think that he got the I'm not sure if it's his attribute, but Hafiz. So he was basically showing, demonstrating it to me, the tattoo that he was, because he was also demonstrating that it's against the law, so to speak, to get the tattoo. But basically he was demonstrating the Hafiz, the Kesra, some of the vowels, and he also had takbir. So it's a grand demonstration, because it was always been inspiring for me when he was demonstrating, and the tones, I could see that he was sincere in his learning, demonstrating the alphabet and whatnot some years ago. So when I ran into him yesterday, it was real inspiring for me to be able to demonstrate at least partial of the alphabet to him. But that's what I would like to go to now, being as though I really didn't get too much further than what the family demonstrated. And it was kind of tricky trying to find a good script to use, because as I stated, and if you could could you translate this right, or could you help us or help me to understand what this is right here?
Yeah, that's not the Al-Fatiha right there, my brother.
Okay, yeah, see, that's what
Yes, sir. See, that's this particular ayat right here, the one you got there. And
okay,
that's basically, pull it back up again.
this right here.
Yeah, oh, blow it up a little bit. Yes, sir, like you had it before, like stretch it out.
You know,
Yeah, how you had it before. Yes, sir. That's why it wasn't checking out. Cause see, that's just an ayat right there. That's not the Al-Fatiha. But what it is that this is the beginning, of a chapter, because you say, well, actually, anytime you say Bismillah, anytime you're getting ready to read the Quran, regardless of wherever you're at. But that's why right there, right? The first two letters you have on the front end. You see, that's the W, and that's a Fata, right? Wa itha, right?
right.
Yeah, you see it, the. See the A up there at the top, right? Then it's du, kif, right? Du, kir, right? Which is actually dealing with remembrance too.
Right.
Okay, and that goes like dhikr in the remembrance of Allah, right?
Or
Then
flash.
you got, right. And then you have Allah, right? And it's Allahu, right here, right? Which is obvious. Then you have wa hamda. See, I can see that's dealing with praises.
Right. Yeah. See, that's how I kind of got
You know what I'm
tied up,
saying?
because because parts of it, without this portion right here, it
Mhm.
kind of went into like,
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah,
that
it made you think about it was a Fatiha when you see in
Right.
Hamdu.
right.
Right, and then you have Thamma, right? Then Zat, and then Kuf, Kubu, Kuwab, Tuabu. So, I mean, yeah, that's a totally different ayat, my
Yeah.
brother.
So that's why
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
a,
I did go to I think this was the one that I actually ended up using, because I knew it was more consistent with
that's
what we
right.
translated from the first class. But
Mhm.
I would like to continue, if I could, pull up, something that I got.
Somebody got a real echo going on over there.
Islam, brother Shot.
You
Nasty
got
Sister
two
Granny.
lines, brother Muhammad Bey. That's why I was doing
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Okay,
Islam.
we
Go
close
ahead.
it down. Islam, if I may, can I make a comment real quick?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, I want to let the brother know, right? If he pulls that back up, the one that he had about Al-Fatiha,
Mm-hmm.
there's a serious misprint in that. So, I just want to let the brothers be careful, because if he pulls it back up, you see where the word rub is supposed to be. If you look at it, brother Shaheed, they got it high.
Brother. Yeah, open it back up, brother.
Yeah, you
Gaia.
see it? See it right here?
What you
Go
talking
to
about?
the second line, brother.
Mm-hmm.
After the word Allah. You see it, brother Shaheed?
Right.
Yeah, that's a serious mistake right there, brother.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
right
mean?
here.
You have to be careful of those kind of things.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. And what it is somebody basically made a mistake and put what looked like really it ain't a letter, to be honest with you, but it was supposed to be Rabil.
Right.
And Alameen.
Right.
So that's something dealing with, it's basically a misprint. Just like, and it's a serious misprint, but yeah, it's a misprint, because you're supposed to see a dot beneath that.
Right.
But whoever was printing it, it's just like in the English, like if we print certain words, like on documents, you'll see a misprint come through every now and then. And so that was probably just some type of graphical error, where one had it misprinted.
Yeah.
Islam.
And see, it could throw him off. It could throw somebody off because you don't have the nukta or the dot, below the cup. You know what I mean? Right. And a person will mispronounce that. So
Yeah,
just
correct.
letting the brother know about that. It was, no harm. He did a grand demonstration. Islam.
Oh no, that's good. That's good that you was able to point it out. That means you got a good eye. You know what I mean? But that's exactly right. Because you would actually have somebody, if they had this particular copy of the Quran, they would actually be going back and forth, because the word there would actually be more close to rat, you know,
Right.
with letter T, you know what I mean? Rati,
Right.
you see, instead of Rabi.
Yeah, and then
You
boy, you
see?
have a real serious problem there.
Yeah, and
It
they'll be
is
like,
funny.
no, it say here in my Quran Rati, but anybody universally would correct that with the word B, because we know we say Rabiel, you know, Rabiel Alamin, you know what I mean? So yeah, Islam, brother, for Muhammad Bey, for that powerful measure.
Islam.
Gratitude. All right. That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all, man, look here. Moore's in here correcting the scripts and everything. Praise be to Allah. All right. That was it, brother Gael.
Islam, I would like to conclude with the phonetics, if I could.
Yes, sir.
Islam, alif, ba, ta, da, jim, ha, ka, dal, thal, ra, ze, sin, shin, sad, dad, ta, za, ain, gain, fa, kaf, kaf, lam, mim, noon, ha, wa, ya. Islam.
Islam. And we give honors to you, grand man. I encourage all of our family, get you a copy of this dictionary here. You know, they got them online, but this will help you understand, you know, those words even more as well. You know, get you a copy of this special dictionary here and learn word for word, because that's how you pick it up. You know, you ain't got to try to learn the whole, especially just word for word, taking certain words and building upon them, and you will recognize everything that need. And they have the rules, a lot of the rules here in this particular dictionary. You know, they had the rules for Tajweed here. So Islam. All right, any other more? All right, well, praise be to Allah. No one else has their hand up. So we just want to give honor to all the work that our Moorish kin has demonstrated, because you Moors have indeed improved. And everything it really boiled down to is practice. Because the methodology that we demonstrating here, the same way we are comparing these letters, is the same methodology that we're going to have to use when we're dealing with the Kemetic. And so I use this script, you know, as a foundation, starting from one of the final stages that the language is stated to have evolved into. And as we know, then we'll go back into the Coptic, you know, the Hecopter, so to speak, not the Greek. They like to try to throw that up in there. We got to keep emphasizing. We ain't gonna have none of that in our book. You know what I mean? We are not finna have no Greek stuff coming up in here. It's Coptic, Hecopter, or Old Nubian. You know, that's in the Moorish paradigm. You know, and so when somebody bring that type of thing up, you know, when it comes to dealing with that in and of itself, you know, is very powerful. So we encourage our Moorish kin, like I say, to study, practice, and we're gonna move to the next level of unfoldment. But get you a dictionary in that area, and when you have times you want to reach out to us, all is well. Now there is something I want to point out before we get out of here, because they actually have the Abjad order of this alphabet on page 461 in this particular Quranic dictionary. And one letter was not in here. That's another, what I would consider a misprint error. And it was the letter Tha that was not mentioned in this order where it gives the numerical value. But the same numerical value that you will find in the order you will find here is the same one mentioned in the works in the order of Brother Mustafa Gadal. Spot on. You see what I'm saying? Even though those will be the sounds from the Kemetian standpoint our brother demonstrate. But it's in Abjad order, and they call this the Hisab al-Jamul. You know, and it said each of the Arabic alphabet is allotted in numerical value as follows. So you call it the Hisab Jamal, pardon self. That is the abjad sequencing. It says Alif, Ba, Jim, Dal, Hey, Wal, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Nun, Sin, Wasin, Ain, Fa, Sad, Quaf, Ra, Shin, Ta, Ta, Ka, Za, Za, Gain. See, why it was easier to do it the other way, you know, than coming through these, but it's the same thing. You're still using the 7. And so beside each one, there's a number. And this is where you get into the formulas. You know, all this is when you get into adept science. You can go and look up these words and look at their numerical values, you know, in the gematria portion and come up with grand drawings, you see? And they give a little measure here. They say the system of reckoning is called the Hisab al-Jamal. It was known to the early Arabs and Jews, as mentioned in some of the well-known books and traditions and commentaries of the Holy Quran by Ibn Jarir. According to some great learners of the Holy Quran, numbers, according to the system of reckoning, Hisab al-Jamal or the Muqatta'at, represent in numerical terms the period, say, of rise and fall of every new community in the Islamic world and their future history. This is very powerful because now we're dealing with our history and we're dealing with the fall of that old thought. Well, we on the manifest, right? It says, from among the companions of the Holy Prophet Ali ibn Abbas, Ibn Masud and Ubay bin Ka'ab and his pupil, Mujahid ibn Jabir, Qatada and Ikramah, Hassan and Sudi and Shabai. They showing y'all, they quoting all that, they citing everybody that said this. They all agree in interpreting the above abbreviated letter. So this is something that is sound, you know, to demonstrate it. So if you run into somebody saying that gematria ain't got nothing to do with, you know, the teaching, all you got to do is go right here where these scholars right here, you know, they confirm this right here. That'll be somebody that's not knowledgeable, almost similar to our African brothers when we was having a conversation with them about certain measures. And it's just something else. That's all I say. Our people have to learn, they got to study. We have to know, you know, what is necessary. And in fact, at this time, what I want to do, we want to give honors to our Moors and say gratitude for the work you did. And we're going to keep it moving. We're going to go into the Hikapta. You know, that's where we're going next. You know, and more study what was given to you, because there'll come a time, like I said, you can reach out to me based on this, but we're going to keep it moving. We're going to go to the Hikapta, then we're going all the way back to the Kemetic strip. All of this was necessary to lay a foundation to go there. Islam. We don't want to tear along in one particular place. Islam, praise be to it. And trust me, we got the resources where you're going to be able to get this drawing over here that'll break all of this down. So at this time, I want to call for, if my Grand National Chairman is on the manifest, to come forth and give his message. Islam.
He's still on a mission, more gratitude.
Islam. Praise be to Allah. Well, we know
grand class. Much gratitude to you, Dr. Shaheed, for all you do.
Islamism. We love you, Moorish Ken. So what I'm gonna do, since I don't see our Grand Sheikh here, I want to give our Moorish Ken a drawing briefly, because I was trying to deal with some language with our family. We're gonna close out with this particular portion. And I want to give our family a drawing if they hadn't seen. And also at 5, I will be sitting down with that special one that had our flag up there with the brother in the video. Arab will be drawing, you know, to give a proper insight, because it was him that actually put our flag behind them. You know, so signs and symbols for the conscious mind. And we can give them a proper insight to what the Moors stand on, because this is international. That way we ain't got to worry about running into nobody in the future and they not knowing what it is we stand on. So we basically utilizing this as a moment to kill the conflict before assumption come on to manifest. They believe this now. Y'all gonna hear straight from the Moorish American government what we stand on, and then that way all is well. You know, and hopefully this will help all of our Moors be comprehended properly when it comes to dealing with just the history of things.
Islam, that's 5 o'clock our time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Gratitude, grand man.
Gratitude, Islam.
Please send the invite.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Dress code?
Huh?
Dress code?
Oh well, it'll just be a back and forth. See, he won't have a panel measure, but we definitely will be on the manifest. We're gonna send the link to our family. So praise
I'll be there, grand man.
Islam. And I want to show our family this here because I actually did a live video on this, just a portion. It ain't long. And this is where I was demonstrating with these ones in Africa the other day. And you'll see how our people are out there. I'm trying to find this right here. That's more. Okay, let me see. I'll just go into that part. And you can see the dialogue with our brother. Teamwork make the dream work, right? Okay, here we go. Real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all listen. Oh man, okay. Oh my brothers, come on in, brothers. That's what's happening. Yeah. Oh man, beautiful. So what's on your mind, man? Do you want to add on to the build that the brothers are talking? No, I just came in. What's on your mind, man? You want to add on to the build that the brothers are talking? And you got an echo, Kemetic. You got an echo, Adept. Turn it down. Because I want to bring you in where you can ask the brothers any questions. Hey, let me ask you a question. Now that we got a Moor here, have you witnessed any Moors that's over there in Africa now? Like the brother here that be bringing in, this is a good brother. And have you witnessed any Moors over there? Anybody can elaborate on it. Do you mean at present or years ago? No, present right now. There are no more. None. Zero. No, there are no more. You get echo about more when you are in Mauritania, actually. Oh, yeah. Because that was a stronghold. Yeah. Even in Morocco, there are no more. Yeah, there are no group of people identify as Moors today. More. But you get an echo of the world once you are in Mauritania because the sentiments still exist there. Oh, okay. Can I ask you brother a question? Yes, sir. Go ahead, my brother. Okay, let me ask you brother this question. Because I studied the works of Brother Sheikh Anthony, John, all our scholars, which I know y'all may be well. But I want to ask you, because I know European in their literature spoke of two groups. One that they basically termed Moors, but I know that there were those who were indigenous, right? And they fought the Arabs, basically, and ran them back into Saudi Arabia under the brother Jamil, Tariq. And so I want to know, as far as dealing with these particular groups of people, which come from the ancient Mari. Are you familiar with ancient Mari people of ancient time? You mean the ancient Mali or? No, the Mari. Mari from whence the Mauritanians come. The original indigenous inhabitants. Yeah, so if I was speak on that, what we know, like you mentioned Diop very well, what we know about the area called Mauritania, it was the Ouagadougou Empire of Ghana. Yeah. So when that was the Ouagadougou Empire, and the people who were in charge of that place are called they are an extraction of the Mandingo people, but they have their own ethnic group, but they are from a Mandingo group. They were controlling that area. So the more issue actually, what Diop said, this group they came from various places. We
got people who came across Yemen. Yemen, some from Morocco, and some black people got it was not like a unique group of black people. They were like Arabs. They were mixed. Okay, right. Yeah. So it was just like Islam is today, where everybody just joined. So it was like a movement. Black people were also there having stakes in the organization, and they were having power there too, but they were not solely black. They were also Yemenis and everybody in there. So the black people who were joining these people, mostly Africans, considered themselves out because they were not always black. They were conscious about the philosophy, the religion, and not really about race. Race was not the brother Siku, let me answer that. Most of the cars were also followers of slave ships, navigating those ships with the enslavers. Right. Now, and they were translators. They were translators as well. Right. Let me ask you this question because we teach that it was the Moroccans, that actually enslaved the Moors. See, because Moroccans don't consider themselves Moors. And so, what I wanted to ask you in relation to this is we help establish certain things in Europe. They got statutes of all about it. You ever heard of the brother Mustafa Zamora, who came to the United States first from Mauritania? No, I don't. Okay, yeah. Well, he was one that actually found in Florida and a couple of places or whatever. And the Arabs consider us descendants of him. He was a Moor, Mustafa Zamora. So if you get a chance, look him up. I want to say this, and I'm going to stand down and let everybody else speak well. I understand the doctrine of most of those in West Africa, according to our brother G.F. James, who wrote Stolen Legacy, that they took the original teachings of Kemetic into North Africa. And in my understanding of that, that was mostly dominated by what we would call the doctrine of Sufism, which is traced back to Dhul Nun, which is he say he got from Tahuti. So I see West Africa mostly dominated by the Sufistic culture as opposed to the Sunnite culture, which I know they identify with the Kemetic tradition in their tradition. Are you familiar with that? Brother, I think that is wrong because what you just said is like double talking. If you say Sufism and the Sunni Muslim, they are all Muslim. It's just that there are different cults to the same religion, because of their different ideologies. And you said that it took the Kemetic culture to North Africa. Kemet is in North Africa. So what are you trying to say? I don't understand that. This is what it ain't what I'm trying to say. This is historically recorded, my brother. That the Sufis, they trace themselves back to the teachings of a brother from Egypt by the name of Dhul Nun, who was known as the father of Sufism, right? And Dhul Nun said his teachings come from Tahuti in Egypt. So, the God of righteousness. You see what I'm saying? Was he a Muslim? Was he a Muslim? That's what I'm saying. He was a Muslim. There's a difference between Sufism and Islam because Sufis draw from a universal platform, but Tasawwuf is not really accepted by Muslims like that. Even though you see it intertwined, it's really not Islam. Sufism is a movement of its own, but most Muslims claim Sufism. And so what I'm saying is that the Sufis trace themselves back to Tahuti in Egypt, right? And if they trace their tradition to Tahuti, I can show it to you right now, but I don't feel like anybody can fabricate that kind of story. I think that's security speech because you can't trace it back to Tahuti because the Kemetic science has nothing to do with Islam, Christianity. So those I want you to read this book if you never read it before. It's called Alchemy, right? And basically, like I said, if you go and look, the father of Sufism was from Egypt. He was Egyptian, right? But it was he. I asked you, was he a Muslim? he was more of a mystic than anything. But what I'm saying he was a mystic, but his teachings were accepted universally, by all mystics, basically. And I'm just asking you, right? And if you're not familiar with it, you know what I mean, and you identify the group as Muslim, I understand that. But my thing is, from my studies and me actually coming out of Orthodox Islam at one time, because I'm not an Orthodox Muslim, I'm not into Sunnism, Shiism, or none of that. But after what type of Muslim are you then? I follow the teaching of the Prophet Noble throughout me. Oh, what type of Muslim are you? I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Muslim, my brother. So why do you say under modern science? Why do you create under modern science Islam? Why do you use the word Islam? Why do I use the word Islam? Yeah, in felicitation under the modern science. But I always hear them say Islam. Why do you use the word Islam? Okay, I'm gonna let you know why we use this special word. We use this special word because it simply means peace, but we don't demonstrate Islam. We call it Islamism. Now, when we say Islam adds on the actual practice of being peaceful, not just saying peace, but being peace. That's what Islamism means to us. And it also means peace to everybody, regardless of what they believe, what their school of thought is. We respect everybody's belief system in the circle that I come to, right? So what I'm saying is, I don't, whatever your religious system is, we draw from a universal paradigm. We understand that our people in the diaspora come from many different schools of thought and theology. And so when we draw with our people, we respect where they are along the way, but we honor all of those who have came to teach our people. We have people that talk from the Hebrew paradigm. We have people that talk from all types of paradigms. So our teaching, the way he brought it to us, he told us that we were from Africa. But according to the law and what we were written into the law in 1740, something y'all would know about, we were referred to in the European law as Moors. And these are the only people they honored. If you were called Negro, black, colored, and all of that, brother, you consider property on you. You see what I'm saying? Because we don't have that nationality that you have over there being from Nigeria. This brother, so Negro, black, listen to me, Negro, black, and colored in America. So you guys have to be certified by the European level for you to be happy with the red law. Is that what you're telling me? No, because you guys were certified. That ain't what I'm saying, brother. I'm saying that the titles that our people have accepted, Negro, black, color, these titles were given to us by the European and you know the best definition of the word black? I am it from Samantha. We understand. You know what it means? Why are you ashamed of the word black? You know what you're ashamed of it. You know how it's so. When you look at the universe, the multiverse is multiple of darkness. You know what that is? Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Hold on for 1 minute, Eject. Let's go, Sekou. Brother Sekou, talk to us. Yeah, so my brother here from the Moorish community, no disrespect, brother. I'm not an expert in the history of Moorism or how it started, so I'm not going to pretend here that I know the detail of everything you are talking about. So I'm not going to debunk everything you said just because I don't like it. I don't have evidence to disprove or prove what you just said. But when we go by what our scholars have written, you mentioned Diop when you came on here. There are many of the things that you mentioned when it comes to the origin of Moorism. And when we look at the continent of Africa, Diop wrote the cultural unity of Africa, east, west, south, north. All over Africa, wherever you go, we pour libation. We talk about ancestors. We talk about Moorism. We talk about reincarnation. We never talk about Moorism. We never talk about Islam. We never talk about these things. Now, you may have your sources, and that will be left to archaeological when you have archaeological group, but written record, you would like to show those ones. And I cannot tell you you are lying because I don't have anything to disprove what you say. But what I'm telling you, as far as our scholars are concerned, we know the cultural unity of Africa, the Morism is not included. Right. And hold on. And one more thing that you got, Brother Sekou, is that you have your tongue intact, you have your ancestry intact, and you know when you got that, you got the continent intact, and you know that when you go all the way back to the spirit of our ancestors, we wasn't none of that stuff. We wasn't the Muslims, we wasn't Christians, we wasn't Moors. We had became that in America, but our ancestors don't take you back home to that. So that's what you do have.
But let me share this real quick, son, and I'm gonna stand down because I don't want to hold up the show. I want to show these brothers something.
No, I don't want to do that right quick. No. But I tell you what though, hold on, and that I do have somebody that would like to talk to you, and we're gonna get into that. Yeah, so we don't want to do that right now, Adep.
I love you this one time. I ain't going into.
All right, go ahead. Come on, Adep. All right, come on.
Briefly, I ain't gonna take you for a second.
All right,
but I think they need to see this right here in order for them to know exactly where I'm coming from.
All right.
Here we go right here. Let me know that can you see my screen?
We see your screen, brother.
Okay, you see this right here, right? This European here, John Frederick Blumenberg, right? He was the one, brothers, that originated this term. You know, referring to people along the lines of colorism, right? Caucasian race, white race, Mongolian race, yellow race, Malayan, brown race, Ethiopian, black race, American, red race, right? You're not referred to in your nationality as Liberian, being black. That's a description of who you are. But they try to give these titles of us as being a people. And I'm showing you that that is not a nation that has a black flag. There's no nation that has a white flag, so to speak, you know. So when you deal with Liberia, Liberia has a flag for Liberia. Nigeria has a flag for Nigeria. And these titles were given to us on the Black Code blog. And that's what I was emphasizing to you all. When you have a nationality, ours was stripped from us. And that's what the worst form of slavery of people can suffer on. You know,
Furthermore, you already have the nationality. It is called African American. America is the country. Africa is your ancestry. It's simple.
hey, brother.
Why did you show that? There's no reason to show that. There was no reason to show that. You're telling me about color.
So the flag, I guess.
You got a flag as well.
That's the
More than 50 stars on your flag.
United States flag, my brother.
You are part of the United States. Why are you removing yourself from that?
Don't claim that flag, with all due respect.
Now hold on, man. Come on. Moors over here that say they are Moorish American, and they got the Moorish flag, and they got the American flag together.
That's referring to the continental territory, Southern. That's the Moors in the temple. We Moorish American government over here.
Okay. You renegade. So you mean within the Moors,
he said he was gonna leave the European here long enough to teach the Moors how to run a government. So we deal in government instead of trying to be up under this European government. You feel me?
Yes, I feel you.
Peace and love.
Hey, brother, do you got my number? Adep, you got my number?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. When the show over, hit me up. I need you to text me so I can have your number. All right, brother. Peace, man.
Love you, brother.
Peace.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me bring.
Islam Moors. That's what we dealing with when it comes to dealing with our people across the way. Now, the measure is I actually went later on and I was looking and a book came up called the African Fact Book. And the Greater Africa actually have this is special text that they are teaching to the people. Now, in that African Fact Book that they have, they confirmed everything that I spoke of, you know, that these brothers wasn't knowledgeable of, you know, and so our brothers was a little bit off. We understand it, you know, they was a little bit more in the rambunctious mode based upon what they think perhaps is the truth. But this is coming from, and we're gonna send this to the Moors. I don't know if we got it to them already. This was coming straight from Africa, and they give a tremendous history on the Moors here, even though the brothers said that they didn't teach about the Moors. You know, also it spoke on John Blumenbeck and the concept of what they call scientific racism. And these are all African heads of the state, so to speak, and different teachers that compiled this document as an authentic document. And they quoted a lot of our scholars here, you know, and you know, from Sheikh Anta Diop, Ivan Van Sertin, the Chancellor William, a lot of these individuals have done extensive research on the Moors. And so these brothers wasn't knowledgeable. One brother was wise enough to admit that he wasn't knowledgeable of what was being stated. And then the other brother, on the other hand, he was just rebutting to rebut, you know. And so this is the dilemma that we're dealing with, and it's based on those who don't have a goodly knowledge of their history. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, you got a flag in Liberia, you got a flag in Nigeria. We don't have that over here on the Negro. No, you are Black. You have a flag, I swear, brother, with the 50 stars. So I had to laugh at that one, but praise be to Allah, Boris Ken. You know, we had 4 against us, you know, but we keep it Moorish as ever. And nevertheless, we got the truth out there to those who need it. You know, Islam, Moors. We just want to say gratitude and keep up the good work and keep building, because we got work to do. Islamism without the schism. Yes, sir. So at this time, if we have anyone on the manifest that can close this measure out, then we can close it out. Islam?
Islam, Grand Man, you want to close out with the warning and the Holy Covenant?
Yes, sir. All is well.
Islam, Grand Man. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Dr. Gerald Hamid Muhammad Bey, Consul General of the South Carolina Consulate Post Consulate. Praise and honor is previously given. January 15th, 1929. A warning from the prophet to be read at every meeting. I hereby inform all citizens that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any citizen or group of citizens who hold malicious feelings towards the government or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah from their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the government is not right. The prophet therefore is sending out a divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the government. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam, Islam, Islam. A holy covenant of the Asiatic nations. Ye are the children of one father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother have given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him, If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Islam, Islam, Islam. This meeting is officially closed according to Act 2 of our divine constitution of Moorish America. Islam. Go in peace, Moors.
Islam.
Islam. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Islam,
Love.
peace,
family.
love, peace, love.
Love, Morris.
Great meeting.
Grand class. Grand
Grand
class.
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 Grand class.
Islam.
We love you, Moors, and Islamism. Praise be to Allah, and keep studying, Moors.
Islam. Looking forward to 5
Will
o'clock.
do.
And you're a great teacher.
Divine ears, grand man, with
Great
divine
class.
ears. I
Great
mean it.
class.
Honest.
Yes, sir. We
Islam.
striving to bear the name of faithful and remain ever grateful. You know,
Islam. Anything less would be uncivilized.
praise be to Allah. All right,
Praise be
Moors.
to
Divine
See you
family.
in Sunday
One
school.
love.
Amen.
Yeah.
Love.
See you Sunday school. Peace, love. Islam.
Peace and love.